It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Indiana Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. For Indiana, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. One of the guys to watch tonight, Monte Ellis, such an explosive player at times, really dangerous when the fourth quarter rolls around, Shaq.
Yeah, Ellis, a.k.a. Baby AI.
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
One of the most important monuments in the nation, the War Memorial. The Cavaliers coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. The Pacer fans are making noise here in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Cavaliers to start out. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start this season as returned to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. And Thompson throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Mullen against Irving. Outside for George. Kept alive. Here's Perkins. Drops in the layup for two. Perkins got his second bucket of the game to go.
He got a great read of where that miss was going. That allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Shot's good.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Miller outside. Thompson with the rebound.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
No one near James as he lets it go. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the three, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamic. All of a sudden, they can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
Miller with another miss. And some changes here for the Pacers. Mahimi comes in for O'Neal, and it's Granger in for Perkins. And then for Cleveland, Fry comes in for Thompson, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Good. Love's got his second basket of the night.
And, you know, for the Cavs, they ended up in the top 5 in made threes per game, but they actually led the NBA in made threes per game after the trade. Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Ellis, he's checked in for Indiana. And Cleveland also making a change. Mozgov, he's checked in for Kevin Love. The Pacers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And last season, the Cavs would shatter all sorts of franchise records in the three department. I mean, it makes sense to have that many shooters on your roster when LeBron opens up so much in terms of floor space.
And it's Dellavedova missing.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
That's good. 10 minutes here in the first. Down low, here's James. Banked in off the glass. James has got 5 now.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Irving attacking. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
On its way from Irving for 2. Hits the front of the rim and out.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him.
Here we go. James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every.
I go back and I'm able to, read it.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it, and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Cleveland?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Paul George is out there with Perkins. Then it's Miller. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Mullen in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Well, the Pacers, despite all their injuries from last season, were right in the playoff hunt until the very end. Had a chance, in fact, GA, on the last day to sneak in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they needed a Brooklyn loss to go along with them winning that last game. Ultimately, though, it wasn't in the cards for them, and they ended a game out of the postseason.
Williams kicks to Love, and he bangs it home with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Inside, O'Neal. No luck. Good D by Thompson.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Williams with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up. Williams attacking. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets. And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. On, of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
The Indiana Pacers had a solid season last year, given they were without their star for most of it. They played well at home.
Yeah, even without Paul George, they were in contention. How about 23 and 18 at home, which is really a solid mark when you consider they didn't have their 2 best players from a season ago.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Pacers. C.J. Miles comes in for George. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Irving's checked in for Williams. Once again, off the mark by Cleveland. Indiana's gone 2 or 4, and they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
You know, for the Pacers in their 23 and 18 home record, that was better than several teams that made the playoffs in the East. They were very tough at home at the defensive end of the floor.
Oh, wide open look for Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night. 56 seconds left in the first half. Mullen kicks to Perkins. It's Miller on the wing. Fades back. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And the Pacers were 3rd in the league in field goal percentage against at home. Something about this crowd really drives the Pacers on the defensive end, even in a down year.
Nice shot by James. 34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And here's Miller outside. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
20 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Irving against Mullen. Baseline jumper, and Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist by Irving. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
And we're through the...
Gentlemen, I'm over here with...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson, the first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They were out. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Kevin Love really has his fingerprints all over this one.
I tell you what, though, it's going to be important to see if they can slow him down in the second half, because so far they have not had anybody that can disrupt his rhythm down low.
Well, how about guys mixing up the looks? I mean, bump him out a little bit, front him, double him, anything to try to get him off his rhythm.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Irving at the point guard position. Pacers trail by 4. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
From deep. The rebound by Mullen. Mullen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the rejection by LeBron. The kick out to Irving. The offensive rebound. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Chris Mullen. For Cleveland, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Free throw good, LeBron.
And you know, for LeBron, he's blazed a trail as far as his business empire is concerned. He gave his childhood friends a chance to manage his affairs. Many thought it was a huge mistake, but he's doing quite well with the guys that he chose.
Team up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Perkins. Granger comes in for George. And it's Ellison for Mullen. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And for LeBron, he said he would like to be a billionaire. It's his ambition to have an influence that goes beyond the game. And guys, he is certainly on his way.
1:32 left in the third quarter. Inside, here's Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Indiana leading. Granger passes to Mahinmi. O'Neal dishes to Mahinmi. Miller against LeBron. And the Pacers another 3.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the knee is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Now, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
The Pacers making a change here. Hill's checked in, and then for Cleveland, Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for James. Mozgov a screen on Miller. Dishes to Fry. No good again that time.
The defense ready for him on that possession. So strong in the paint.
3-pointer, Granger. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Williams. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Pacers out in front, up by 6. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. The Cavaliers trail by 6. They've got O'Neal. Mullen is out there.
I'll be right back, everyone. I'm just taking a little break. Gotta take over the game. It's fourth quarter, crunch time. It's Miller's house. We're taking over. At least I got half of the old Indiana crew together. The people that are on the game, so put them together. All I need is Mark Jackson. You know, I'm missing him, and Jalen Rose and Rick Smits, and a couple other people that were deadly. Chuck Person. You know, they should add the 90s Pacers to the game. I wish they would. But maybe eventually they will. But when I create Reggie Miller, he looks just like him. But I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. And we're going to run this fourth quarter in their face.
Miller. Then it's Paul George, and it's Perkins in at the 4 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Indiana's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
George against James. Stolen by George. Here's Miller. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stop.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. You know, that's how you do it, guys. I mean, he passed his way out of the double team and into an easy basket.
Pacers leading by 6. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Miller's got 11 in the second half. You look at Mr. Clutch. He's really been playing well.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 9. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
And Love has it in the corner. Jacks up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're up by 6. 1:36 left in the game. Some changes for Indiana. Danny Granger, he's checked in for O'Neal. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Mullen. George, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Irving kicks to James. This one for 3. Cleveland gets it back. Thompson can't connect from short range. Indiana's gone 7-15 from 3-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Here's George. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And the Pacers lead by 8.
Well, they do have the lead right now, but they're not hustling as much as they did in the first half. They kind of put it on cruise control. They've got to rev up the motor a little bit here.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're losing by 8. We've got 1:08 left here in the fourth quarter. Smith checked in for Cleveland. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. James, the pass to Thompson. And that one is stuffed right through.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Three-pointer. Granger. Good. Granger's got the lead up to 9 now for Indiana.
Well, it wasn't out of reach. It is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
James dishes to Irving. And Granger with the block. Miller backs for 2. Miller with another miss. And so it's Cleveland with it. LeBron kicks to Love. That 3 off the mark. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cleveland with the ball. They trail by James, the pass to Smith. And another miss by Cleveland. Here is Miller. From deep three-point range, no good. So it's Indiana picking up the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage. And
Well, Paul, what do you take away from a win like tonight in terms of what you need to continue doing as a team to play at your best?
We just keep playing consistent. We just keep executing offensively. We know our defense will hold up. We just got to take care of the ball and make plays.
Paul, thank you for your time, guys. You can hear the excitement in his voice.
all right, Doris.
The 2K Sports postgame show.